Hi there, welcome to Seasonal Weather platform where we speak truth to power. This is a very emotive subject about vaccines. I've been very, very careful not to say anything, but I do believe time now is now for us all to start talking about this ourselves. We have concerns. I personally have concerns myself. Andrew Bridgen talks about something that I have direct experience of. Um, and let's listen to what he's saying. Taking one of those things. He talked about AstraZeneca, that vaccine. It's best to listen to it, and I think we need to really, begin to address this within our, particularly in our African communities. What are the likely impact of this, and what is this doing a long term? We need to be asking questions of governance, and there's nothing wrong to ask questions. We need to know, um, and what are the implications. Here's Andrew Bridgen MP that was who had his whip withdrawn, but now obviously he's been able to speak. So the more and more people now are beginning to come to this. Before there'd only be about two or three people when he was speaking. Now there's slightly bit more. Let us have a listen. Here we go.
Andrew Bridgen.
Madam Deputy Speaker, yesterday, only weeks after admitting to the serious side effects from their product, AstraZeneca withdrew their COVID-19 vaccine worldwide. Like millions in the UK and over 700 million people worldwide, I took the AstraZeneca jab based on the government's assurance that it was safe and effective. I suffered side effects. Now, I know there's very little appetite in this chamber to discuss these matters, but I assure the House there's huge and growing concern from the public about a medical intervention that this House encouraged, coerced and in some cases mandated people to inject into their bodies. So can we have a statement from the Health Minister on the withdrawal of the AstraZeneca vaccine, why the MHRA, the Medicines and Healthcare Regulatory Authority, failed to act to protect the public interest? Or is it that AstraZeneca withdrew their own product because it was far too safe and effective?
Well, I'm sorry to see the Honourable Gentleman speak like that in this chamber, especially as three speakers on the front bench have raised the issue of conspiracy theories and our combined efforts to push back on them. The vaccine he refers to, according to many independent estimates, saved over 6.5 million lives in the first year of use alone, and over 3 billion doses of it were supplied globally. He will know, like many other medical products, we don't keep vaccines in, particular vaccines in use permanently since their introduction. Disease and therapies change, vaccines need to be updated, and he knows it's very clear that this has been withdrawn for commercial reasons. It's no longer needed, and there are two particular vaccines that are used now in our NHS with regard to COVID. The Honourable Gentleman has had several debates on this matter, on excess deaths, and of course people suffering ill effects from taking vaccines. That is a serious issue. It needs to be addressed and their needs need to be served. But that is quite another thing from promoting false information about the effectiveness and safety of vaccines. That vaccine and the people behind it saved millions of lives. There is a chapter in the publication we have spoken about that covers this precise point, and I would encourage the Honourable Gentleman to get a copy and read it and think seriously when he comes to the House, as he does every week, and promotes conspiracy theories, to really think about the consequences of what he is doing.
So they're saying that Andrew Bridgen is promoting conspiracy theories. I tend to believe that he's asking questions. As he stands up and speak here, he's asking a question here. Let us listen to what are, in my opinion, valid reasons that he posed the question. Let's have a listen again.
Like millions in the UK and over 700 million people worldwide, I took the AstraZeneca jab based on the government's assurance that it was safe and effective. I suffered side effects. Now, I know there's very little appetite in this chamber to discuss these matters, but I assure the House there's huge and growing concern from the public about a medical intervention that this House encouraged, coerced and in some cases mandated people to inject into their bodies. So can we have a statement from the Health Minister on the withdrawal of the AstraZeneca vaccine, why the MHRA, the Medicines and Healthcare Regulatory Authority, failed to act to protect the public interest? Or is it that AstraZeneca withdrew their own product because it was far too safe and effective?
So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to play it all again. I think we need to look at things. This is not about conspiracy theories, in my view. This is solely about genuine concerns that people have. If you are going to be putting things into people's bodies, it is their right to know, and to know what effect those things will do to the body, or if it's going to be deadly, whatever it is. At least they can make an informed decision. The point is, and why MP Andrew Bridgen was raising this point, is that we were not given adequate information about what was going to be injected into our bodies. That is not conspiracy theory. This is about wanting to know what are the things that are in what is being injected in our bodies. We have that right to know as citizens of this country. We should be informed. We should be able to make informed decisions. When AstraZeneca now pulls that drug under whatever pretenses, questions are bound to be raised. That does not translate to mean that we are conspiracy theorists. We just need to know the facts, particularly as there is a high number of deaths related to these vaccines. That fact has been established. Just go and look at Dr. John Campbell's posts and interviews with various people on YouTube, and you'll be no doubt that there are concerns. And as citizens, we have that right to question and to know. And what are the likely impact of these decisions that are being made that is impacting our lives as we speak? So that is nothing to do with conspiracy theories, in my opinion. I didn't feel the minister answered the question adequately. It left everything as though, the idea to sort of try and, it's almost like you're trying to use this conspiracy theory argument to not answer the critical question. Why did AstraZeneca put that thing up in the first place, knowing what they know? And it seems like they might have known a lot more than they're telling us, and we just want to find out. That's all we're saying. And I think that's a very valid question that the Andrew Bridgen MP asked. I don't know how you see it. What are your thoughts on it? Like I'm telling you now, honestly, I'm doing this video. I'm not too sure if I'm going to release it out yet, because I do have to be very careful about what I say on vaccines, because it can be really, pages can be pulled down for just simply questioning. I'm not trying to be alarmist. I just need to know what's been done. And when it talks about side effects, I personally, I am in that category as well. And it does concern me. And of course, we all have families and things. And anyway, what are your thoughts? You, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth about. Please go ahead. Subscribe to Citizen AY. Hit the notification button, and of course, give us a thumbs up. Help us reach more people. What are your thoughts on this? I think we need to have a serious discussion, particularly in our African communities, about this. And we need to be monitoring what's going on. Has huge ramifications for us, according to what is unfolding and what many of us are experiencing within our community. I don't want to go into too much detail right now, but there are concerns. And we do not feel that those concerns are being adequately listened to and considered, and with corrective action being put in place. Things like this vaccine damage and all of that stuff. We all know the system is very, very slow in actually addressing the concerns of the African people within this nation and other ethnic minorities as well. This tends to be sort of a back of the queue approach, when it should be looking at everything holistically, all of us, and making sure that concerns are answered, rather than sort of throwing statements like conspiracy theories around, which is not really going to deal with the concerns of the people who have been given things that is having, on form of by account, many impacts on many people in many ways. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Let me know. You, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. And I want to say a big thank you to Andrew Bridgen MP. He's a conservative. I don't follow conservative now. In fact, I don't vote for any of the parties. I don't have any confidence in them. But I want to congratulate him. I want to commend him for the work he's been doing tirelessly. The work Andrew Bridgen is doing is not for himself. It is for his constituency and indeed the entire UK nation, and if not around the world as well. I'll go so far as to say that as well. So to belittle his, or to try and to belittle his statement is really unfortunate. Put it that way. I think that we should applaud all of the efforts of Mr. Of MP Andrew Bridgen, in really stepping forward and really shining a light on areas where we've been told, no, don't look, and we do need to shine a light to expose things that have gone wrong in this current severe debacle that is now looking even, dare I say it, maybe genocidal in its proportions. And I don't say that lightly. I don't. It is something we need to think about. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? And again, once again, I applaud the efforts and the continuous drive to expose all of the things hidden from us, ordinary citizens of the country. I applaud the efforts of Andrew Bridgen and those and his supporters, and Dr. John Campbell as well, and many others that I'm not even mentioning. Yeah, we need to continue to ask questions as citizens. That's our role. That's a way for, we are the check and balance on our governance, and that is we're entitled to ask questions. That doesn't mean that we are conspiracy theorists. What are your thoughts? Let us hear from you. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you, and bye for now.